Sending data. This is loading. All right. You're gonna learn today.
So what's your strategy today, Shane?
Today the strategy is I've got a whole bunch of brand new prospects to be following up with, some follow-ups to go ahead with, but just gonna have some fun today. Just have some fun. Thursday pitching, Thursday prospecting, making this a dream, making this dream a reality. That's what we're doing.
Cool. So I'm running my fat stacks in the circle backs, trademark Sean Robinson.
All right.
So essentially, these are my, I guess you could call them phone-ready leads. These are the people. These are the people that I've had conversations with in the past who won't remember who I am. They're the people that I didn't get past hang-ups. I got really brutal, like, leave me alone. So I got like no interest, no reason given. I've got, busy callback laters. All of the stuff we don't normally call.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling now. So I could get some of the same.
Yeah.
Or I could be catching somebody in a better mode.
Well, that's
I know. But do you know why it's valuable? We know these people pick up the phone. We know that their data is validated. Then it's on me, right?
Yeah.
I can't blame data. I can't blame lists. I can't blame anything. This is now all on me. And it's the hard stuff. This is the stuff most reps don't want to do.
Well, this is the thing. This is what that attribution report shows, right? That everybody that really says, no, call me back, I don't want to speak, those are the people that you end up speaking to 3 to 6 months later. And that pipeline increases tenfold, right? Versus the people that are just saying, yeah, let's book a meeting, let's do it. So I guess that's the list we want to be in, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly share my screen.
All right.
See how I'm sorting on this, right? So let me just quickly hide the company names. Oh, got it. So you can see here, most recent dispositions, hung up. I'm just basically going to be collecting all of those today, and I'm going to go again. I'm not going to do anything different. I'm just going to repitch in exactly the same way, same message, nothing's changing.
Okay.
Because guess what? They're just cold, right? They're just conversations, not spoken to them before in any meaningful sense.
Well, that's the one. All right, let me see where mine is. I just want to get my breakthrough script ready. So let's get the breakthrough online. I'm ready to go. You ready?
I will be in 2 minutes. You can go ahead.
All right.
Head start.
Let's go.
Head start.
So Jerry is the one who has taught me how to utilize the Lambo Huracan SVT Monte Italiano. David, Shane here from Sales Driven. Look, I know I'm an interruption. Can I have 27 seconds to tell you why I'm calling? This is regarding PaySafe. Look, I wanted to share a breakthrough with you. I'm fully aware of that, David. Yeah. David, just before you go, look, I don't want to waste your time with any emails or anything. I reached out to you because I was looking at PaySafe online and I want to speak to the person who's in charge of outbound sales. I know I've reached you at your role, but are you able to recommend the right person? I'm fully aware of that. Gut feeling? You got a gut feeling of who I'll speak to? It's gone. Fight is over. Fight is over. All right. I'm not interested. Let's go.
Alright. So did you complete the referral or?
No completion on that referral. That for some reason that's a procurement guy came up in that list. That's not right. Let me switch that up very quickly. And I think that's come into the follow up. The follow up list. We've got a skew in the follow up list. Let me do this. Here we go. Let's get back into this. And then also we ran a psychographics list that will be quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, so those engagements are based on clients that I've worked with. The engagement is
Yeah,
all.
hi there, Jerry Hill here calling with Connect and Sell. Sebastian, appreciate I'm an interruption. Wondered if I could grab a few seconds to tell you why I'm calling, please. So, Sebastian, the company's called Connect and Sell. I'm the regional vice president here. Like I said, I know I'm interrupting your morning. Just wanted to see if I could grab a couple of seconds to explain why I'm calling, if that's all right. All right, appreciate it. So, Sebastian, my company's discovered a breakthrough which helps sales leaders eliminate the extravagant and exorbitant waste that prevents their best reps from using the phone effectively or even using the phone at all. The reason I called was to see if it'd be possible to maybe get 15 minutes with you to shed some insight into this breakthrough and see if it'd be relevant for how Global Web Index goes to the market. Would that be all right? Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah, maybe. Would you have an appropriate name for me at all that I could potentially speak to about this? We've been doing some quite important work with YouGov and some other insights companies recently, and I think there might be some crossover in the use case. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. What would be the best medium for that? Email or? Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm just sort of conscious that I've ambushed you a little bit, but I appreciate that. Connect and Sell, we solve for a big problem, which is reps aren't comfortable using the phone today because every time they try to use the phone to manually call a hard to reach decision maker, they just get confronted with masses of waste. Dial by name directory, switchboards, bad numbers, data, people have left companies, wrong person. So in that cycle, they're probably having a conversation, a real conversation with somebody they want to speak to about their proposition every 90 minutes. Now, at the business end of that problem, you're accruing massive hidden cost in your business, but at the other end of your business, you're basically seeding reps who aren't enjoying or having conversations which elicit future business value for you, pipeline generation or insight generation or closing the loop on product market fit, whatever the use case might be. The way that we do it is pretty simple. It's a human in the loop technology. In fact, it's how you and me are having a conversation today. I simply loaded a list of chief revenue officers and sales leaders that I wanted to speak to. I dialed into a phone bridge. I pressed the go button. 28 seconds after pressing the go button, you were the first person to pick up the conversation today. Regardless of how this call goes, I'm going to take the notes from the conversation. I'm going to press one more button which says hang up, and then in about 3 minutes time, I'm going to have another conversation with somebody that sits in a job very similar to yours, and I'm going to repitch them in a very similar way. What have I done for my time in that 90 minutes? I'm probably going to have 10 to 11 conversations. I'm probably going to set 2 meetings. I'm I'm probably going to be valuable to my company at a rate of about $50,000 an hour versus the $192 an hour I'd otherwise be. So I design my lists to what I call mono-themed. So generally speaking, a chief revenue officer or a VP of sales or a head of inside sales in my world would have fairly similar problems, and then I adapt the message to the list. I can enhance that list or that information that I see that pops up in front of me on my monitor when you answer the phone. And I can enhance that with a battle card, a case study, a story, how are we different. Broadly speaking, though, the architecture of a cold call is very different to some of the other sort of channels you might use to do pipeline work, where relevance is probably greater than personalization because it's a very different motion, right? The psychology of a cold call is about taking you from a fear state, I've interrupted you, you didn't plan to speak to me, to a curious state, to a trust state. It's never about product, it's never about technology, it's never about category. I just need to do one thing really well in my job, and that's make you curious about whether or not this could be useful to you. Or show you the art of the possible. So we process about $80 million a year for a variety of business services and technology companies. And the analysis on how to architect a meaningful and well-constructed cold call is a big part of the value provision for us. So how do we help you execute that? What we find is that sometimes reps have got call reluctance because they're over-prepared. They're over-researched. They've got too much information and they don't know how to, in a 30-second conversation, convey that in the way that they need to. So that's another thing that cripples execution when it comes to using the phone to build value for companies. All right. Okay, how do I? Yeah. 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 Awesome. Yeah, I'll find her. Yeah. Yeah, I'll find her. Look review. Okay. All right. Amazing. 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 Yeah, I'll no, I appreciate that, Sebastian. I really do. And I've got your email address as Sebastian at Global Web Index. Is that correct? .com. Awesome. I'm speaking at an enablement conference actually in the next 2 weeks, hosted by the guys at Refract. I'll include a link to register for that. Okay, and you might find some of the things that we discussed today quite interesting. Really appreciate it. I'll let you get back to your day and looking forward to the next conversation. Okay. Thanks a lot. Go well. Bye. 1 from 1, baby. 100%.
Meeting booked, baby. Hover's in the house. Hover's in the house.
But I mean, here's an example, right? Here's a dude that 6 months ago picked up the phone and was like, "Leave me alone."
And now he's ready to listen.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's given me 2 other names. He's asked to see whether or not we can set it up to a group meeting. He'll sort of triage it. So I'm pretty satisfied that was a good use of time.
That's a really good meeting.
But I got out of my own way. That's the point. I got out of my own head about calling people that were mean to me once in the past.
That's what you want to do. That's the game, right? We get paid for people to say no to us. What other job gets you to do that?
Exactly. It's incredible.
All right, mine is lighting up now. We're lighting up over here. We're lighting up again. We're lighting up again. Here we go. Oh, no, that's not what we want to do. That's not what we want to do. So where is this? Here we go. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. Let me hide these a little bit. So Cognism, I think I mentioned it to you. They're coming out with something quite interesting too.
Yeah, that's
And this whole,
incredible.
yeah, this whole thing about verifying leads and making sure people pick up the phone. They're called diamond qualified leads or diamond verified leads. So I think that's going to be a game changer in itself.
Yeah.
Definitely going to
Makes,
be interesting.
yeah, makes absolute sense, right?
Exactly. So let's see. Yesterday we had in what we were firing up yesterday 44 minutes, and we had 11 conversations in 44 minutes. One
That's mad.
meeting booked, two referrals, but with decent names. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's see. Da. It's like double jeopardy waiting for the phone to pick up, isn't it?
It's just that not knowing who am I going to be speaking to next.
But it's a thrill. Is that for me? It's a thrill. It's like, oh, whoa. Who do we have?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I like it. I mean, you know, I'm old school. I was lucky. My parents taught me that it was actually all right to speak to strangers. They taught me that it was actually okay to be an interruption every now and then if you didn't agree with something or you had a point. And I don't think most people get taught that as kids, right? So
I didn't get taught that. I was all told to shut up. Like, stop talking so much. That's how you get in so much trouble.
I got taught it was all right to sort of, you know,
Hello.
challenge.
Hi there, Derek. Derek, Shane here from Sales Driven. Look, I know this is a cold call, so do you want to hang up or you want to roll the dice? You're speaking with Shane. Look, Shane, Shane from Sales Driven. You're speaking with the founder of the company. Look, I know I'm an interruption. I know you're a very busy man, so I won't take too much of your time. I will be brief. Look, we've discovered a breakthrough, and it's reducing the frustration with unproductive prospecting. And I think it'd be very relevant to Sakara's. But what we're allowing sales executives to do is to consistently be on track with meeting their forecasted sales. Now, the benefit to you is to get within 0.5% of your forecast every month and every quarter and target the right accounts for efficient growth. And the reason I called you was to get 15 minutes on your calendar. You have your calendar available? Oh, wicked. Oh, look, that's a good one. All right. Can I have a name? Is it? Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. One thing before you go, Derek, I'm really curious about how you guys are having so much success right now, especially in the midst of the pandemic. Just before, of course. Cool. Well, I want to have, yeah, I want to have a bit of context. Look, I'll let you go after this. I want to have a bit of context when I reach out to Bernard. What do you think is an area where we can really multiply the effect of what you're doing? No worries. Look, Derek, thank you for the call, and I'll reach out to him. Yep, wicked. All right, mate. Have a good one. Bye bye. All right. So we've got a referral with the co-director. He handles all the sales.
Amazing.
So let's get that one in. I've got to get an overlay for referrals. So let's get that in. All right, Bernard, and his email is SPCR.com. I think one thing I love that you do, Jerry, is you're so calm on the phone. Like, you're just like so serene and peaceful.
Yeah, I find like I tried to be this hyper energetic guy, but I just found that it wasn't me. It's not who I am.
Yeah.
You know, I can't. A lot of it's to do with your voice as well, right? Like, so there's some real science here. Like, voice is an asset or it's a weakness. Now, I struggled to hear. I had meningitis. Yeah, hi there, John. Jerry Hill here, calling with Connect and Sell. John, appreciate my interruption. Wondered if I could grab 27 seconds to tell you why I'm calling, please. No, I appreciate that, John. And maybe this breakthrough could be useful to sort of helping your reps overcome that issue. So my company, we work with sales leaders to basically help sales teams eliminate the waste and the frustration that stops unsolicited calling being an effective channel. Reason I called John was to see whether or not that could be interesting to how you go to market. But it sounds like I'm on the back foot given your dislike of them. No, that's fine, John. It's not for everyone. I get it. Appreciate the time, and thank you very much for the curiosity. At least I took you into an uncomfortable place, and that's a good thing. All right. No worries. Speak to you soon, John. Have a great day. Bye bye. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just don't push on. I'm a great believer in if I can't service somebody, if somebody's not a disciple, what's the point, right? The first thing he said was, "I don't like unsolicited calls, but I'll give you the 27 seconds." So I was like, fine. Well, this might help your reps overcome that dislike. He laughed and he was like, Jerry, this is just never going to work for me. And I was like, fine. We're okay with that. We're okay with it. I'm okay with it. Right? Here's the thing. Like, I don't believe in pushing people to an outcome because there are two camps in the world. My friend Sean Steese, and I recommend anybody listening to that should spend a bit of time and follow him. He's a bit out there.
He's legendary, that guy too. He's got some great insights. I didn't even know anything about him until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the guy's a genius, and you know he sort of helped me think through this. Like, there are disciples,
Yeah.
there are atheists, and then there are some people that are looking for something to believe in. If we can just speak to everybody to determine who's a disciple, who's an atheist, or somebody that could be curious enough to become a disciple, that's essentially what you and me are doing today. Trying to push somebody from a firm belief into a different belief is never going to work because it's just then about ego and being stubborn.
Yeah, I get that part. That's something.
Right. So if I'm speaking to a guy like this, guess what? He's already made it firmly clear that this just doesn't work for him. He doesn't believe it works for him. He doesn't like receiving it. He doesn't like. I'm just like, okay, fine. I'm going to continue the conversation, but I'm going to make.
You get car for a second. I'm going to continue to make.
My goal is to help people leave these unsolicited calls with their dignity intact.
Yes.
Nobody needs it. Nobody needs confrontation. But my mindset, if I wasn't using something like Connect and Sell, years ago would have been, I have to complete the conversation, I have to get what I want out of it. Now I don't care about that so much. I'm just like, let's complete the conversation, let's figure it out, let's put you into a different sorting bucket once we've had the conversation. This guy's going to go into a nurture. I won't speak to him for another year. I'm just going to push it out to a year.
Because it's that feeling of like when I was on the phone and actually dying through a MyTel phone, like I would always
Yeah,
hang up, and it's like you know that feeling when you're holding onto a rope or something and it's falling through. That's the feeling that you have when you get someone on the phone, and that you're like, oh my god, like I finally got someone on the phone. Like let me do everything I can, or get into a fight with this person because they don't want to speak to me. But
yeah,
this because they come in such high volume, it's just like you've got to be on the back burner and you can actually be relaxed and
yeah.
enjoy yourself and let those conversations come in, which is that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Like this technology is absolutely incredible when it comes down to that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but it goes back to that earlier observation about me being in a natural state. I'm not tense at all because conversations are going to just flow to where they flow, and I'm not trying to push an agenda. I know that if I execute my script, my messaging, and my business happy well in these calls, I'll finish up the day at 20%. 20% is good. I'm
100%
okay with that.
solid.
Yeah, I'm really good with that. And guess what? I've been paused a little bit so you and me can talk, but where's my dial to conversation? 11 dials, 2 conversations, 1 meeting.
That's
Not
solid.
not a bad way to start a day, right?
No, it is not. It's not even bloody 12 o'clock yet. I ain't even had breakfast.
Right.
Hit the gym, get back, get on the
Yeah.
phone, get on the blower. I think one thing I do love is that I still have this voice in my head from my old sales director, Richard Crosby. Amazing, amazing guy. He's the guy that first gave me my shot at like big ticket sales. And it's just like, get on that effing blower, mate. Get on the blower, mate. And like just in the morning I'm waking up and now you got connect and sell. Like before, when we were dialing and starting the business, like you think, oh my god, like I've got to go generate business for our company, and it is a bit of a daunting thought. But then that test drive was just like, I can't even believe this is real. I cannot believe this is
All
real.
right.
Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah, hi there, Yaron. Jerry Hill here calling with Connect and Sell. Appreciate I'm an interruption. Wondered if I could grab 27 seconds to tell you why I'm calling, please. Yaron, my name's Jerry Hill. I'm the Regional Vice President for a company called Connect and Sell. I work with a lot of sales leadership in financial services, specifically FX sales at the moment, to help. All right, Yaron, you have a good day. Bye. Yeah, I got to hang up. I got to hang up because I deviated, right? I know exactly what happened there. I deviated. I tried to justify the reason for calling before I'd even got to breakthrough, before I'd even got the attention, and that's on me, not on Yaron. So Yaron's getting a call back in 2 weeks' time.
Hey, it's Jerry again. Oh my god. But it's like I don't know, I love it, man. I love it. Like I think this is one way to still keep that energy high. Like I said, I put it on a post yesterday. Like the world has changed. Like the world is never, ever, ever going to be the same again. I believe people are going to be eventually confined into bubbles. Unless they fight back, people are going to be quitting jobs like it's no other. This whole conflict with remote work and in office work, this
Yeah,
is going to create a huge storm, and people are going to realize that I can do this for myself.
yeah,
If you can equip people with the right technology to become their own business owners and follow their dreams by themselves, like that's going to be that's my opinion on where the world is going. Genuinely, that's where I think it's going. Like I saw a post yesterday too, and it's saying like keep isolated, stay 2 meters away from people. But you got the Euro World Cup.
Hi there, Jerry Hill here calling with Connect and Sell. Lindsay, appreciate I'm an interruption. Can I have a few seconds to tell you why I'm calling, please? Yeah, absolutely. More than happy to do that. Thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Bye. Yeah, that was my first take me off your list for about 4 months.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
yeah. No, I don't get asked it a lot. I really don't.
I wonder why I get told so many times then. Who are you? Who are you? What are you, an owl? I'm Shane. Hell out of here, man. Oh my god. Oh, seeing some names I recognise here. Mr. Ragu. I remember what he told me a few years ago. Right, let's get going again. Let's get going again. Let's get going again. I think the music on here is so funny that they give you. Now you got hip hop, pop,
Yeah, it's just hilarious.
and it just sounds like triple X rated music. Let's go. So I've got a few people watching, which is nice. This is very refreshing. Ooh, unless this is why I've got to change my settings. So that function, Jerry, I want to understand it a little bit more. Mark Mack told me about it. Max attempts per contact per day. When you have it at 1, but like when you have it at 3, I get a lit up about this big. But when I have it at 1, it's like that 20. So what is that function?
I mean, it's just the ability to dial up, dial down persistence. So what do I want to do? I want to. I think the best way that I describe this, right? One deal that I closed many moons ago was with a big hotel brand, Intercontinental Hotels.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get hold of the senior vice president of the function. It took me 72 call attempts over a year, speaking to the gatekeeper to get there. There aren't many salespeople that over 12 months are dialing that person back 72 times just to set the meeting. Wouldn't listen to my emails, wouldn't respond in LinkedIn, spoke to his gatekeeper a lot. And like the 10th conversation with the assistant, she was like, "You're not going away, are you?" I was like, "I'm not going anywhere."
Unless you tell me to.
Yeah, unless you explicitly say, unless he explicitly tells me. And she was like, "That's fair enough." She's like, "I respect this." But what do we do in connecting? So, we give you the opportunity to drive a lot of that persistence that salespeople forget to do for themselves today because they're not taught that it's an important trait anymore. And we can call people 3-4 times a day. And then we can set a rate limiter at the top. We can have that go up to as much as 1,200 attempts per prospect. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't push it that hard. Nobody really does, but the scalability is there.
That is incredible. That is incredible. I think that's one thing Gabrielle Blackwell was saying. She's like, I'm going at that person until they tell me to kick rocks, or until they say, you know what I mean? Yes, I'm going for that person. I'm gunning.
I mean, she's officially the #1 cold caller in the world, so I'd listen to her amazing advice.
Oh, definitely. We're going to go for that title. We're going for that title by the end of 2021.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just the 3rd best, and I'm okay with it. But it's only 10% of my job, so if I could be the 3rd best in the world at something that's only 10% of my job, I'm cool with it.
Well, we know you're the 1st best at a lot of other things, so that's all good, isn't it? I'm number 1 of being a joker.
Oh, it's hard, man. Sales is such a hard gig.
Well, I think one of those things, like, I think a lot of people who get into sales, they've been thrown into it.
Yeah.
There's ones that have certain minefields that they've been through, me being one of them. I've been through a whole bunch of minefields in my life, and just thinking about, like, oh my God, I hate being told no. I hate being told, I hate the rejection. I'm just like, is what it is, man. It's going to get you to where you need to go, right? going to make
It's
you.
meritocratic, right? It's meritocratic. It gives some of us an opportunity to make outsized amounts of money compared to capability.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to switch into a different list now because I've called all of the follow-ups that I wanted to call today. So out of that session, that's not bad use of time, right? Where are we? We're at 33 minutes. I paused. I was in a 7-minute conversation, so that distorts the time a little bit. But what have I done in 33 minutes? 30 dials, 4 conversations, 1 meeting, 1 referral.
That is solid. That is solid. I think my list right now, I'm on 5th. So Jerry, for those who are watching, Jerry is the sensei with Connect and Sell and has taught sales driven how to use this machine. So let's say a user has bought into Connect and Sell, they're using it. In my situation right now, I'm on 57 dials, I've had 2 conversations, 27 voicemails, 0 bad numbers, which is very, very good. What would a user do in this case? Would you switch lists right now if you were me? Would you continue? What do you think is a
I just see it was data gathering, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to continue a little while because that will help me get a sense of efficiency for the next session. To work to blocks of an hour, because where are we at 10:30? People might be in meetings, people might be off. It's first day of summer, first day of quarter for a lot of people. A lot of people are recovering from a tough quarter. A lot of the reports I'm getting is, we got to quarter, but it was tough. It was hard. It was last minute deals up until midnight last night. Some people are telling me.
Yeah.
So if I'm in that cycle, well, I might be just knackered today. I might take half a day. Here's my top tip to my SDR homeboys and homegirls is virtually everybody is mentally taking a break today because the quarter is a new starting line for a lot of people. They've just finished something yesterday.
I think he's frozen.
Take a break next week. Don't take a break this week. This is white space today. Because guess what? None of your competitors are driving their funnel work as hard as you could today.
That's true. That is true.
So be ahead of everybody. Everything's a race. It's all competition. And I don't mean this to seem alpha, because it isn't. But honestly, if I've got one tip for somebody today, do really intensive pipeline work today.
Yeah.
Be where nobody else is.
That's definitely a good takeaway from that. Oh, we got Antoine here. Antoine, you seeing from the outside how this is looking? How does it look? Can you hear? I don't think he can hear. Right, I think I am going to switch lists. So
I'm going into a completely cold list that is probably going to have quite a high dial to connect, but it's probably one of my real target industries for the next 6 months, which is cybersecurity.
Ooh, okay. What can people learn from that? What's going on in the cybersecurity world?
Why have I picked it out? There's 7,000 security and cyber point solutions in the world. 7,000 companies.
7,000.
Yeah, 7,000. Why else do I like it? Chief security officers in the mid-market and the enterprise, the types.
I think he's frozen.
The kinds of companies that hire CISOs and chief security officers are big. So they're big companies. Going to market's hard. Secondly, as a persona set, if I'm selling to CSOs, CISOs, they are notoriously difficult to engage and deal with. But the phone works to a point. And what do we see when you're calling like a senior VP of anything in a bank, which is where a lot of the cyber companies want to participate? Seeing dial to connect's like 50-1. They just want their reps to have conversations. So my thesis is you're having a conversation exaggerated and true. We see cyber companies that reps having conversations, one conversation every 3-4 hours today.
Jesus Christ.
So if I can turn that into every 11 minutes, which would be the worst case scenario for connecting cell, that's still incredibly valuable. So I'm deliberately going after cyber sales leadership at the moment to have that conversation.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of that. Cybersecurity right now, blockchain, fintech. I'm really, really liking the whole sales AI world with conversational intelligence and how this whole dynamic of what they're doing on this side is just that for me is where the excitement is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. So one thing that I'm interested if it's able to be shared a little bit. I know you posted the pattern on Connect and Sell's mobile phone dialing iOS system, which is going to be a game changer.
Yeah, it's still buggy. It is still a bit buggy, so there's still quite a lot of dev work to do on it.
But the gist of it is just like...
Yeah, I mean, it's a really sort of pared down version of the application that you've got in front of you today. You see your lists. You don't really get some of the sort of control mechanisms on it, but what you do get is the ability to just be out and about living your normal life. You press the button, it gets you onto a Twilio internet bridge, and then you just get conversations in your headset like normal. Test for me today is I'm going to take my 6-month-old son down to the park this afternoon. I'm going to give it a go and see how many calls I can have while I'm pushing him on the swing. Right, that's going to be the test. We'll see if we can achieve something there.
That is going to be serious, man. That is going to be a game changer for business owners, senior management. And if you've got some good funding and good backing behind you, and you put your team on that, my God,
with field reps,
that is going to be something else. If they could have given me that, my gosh.
Yeah, but I've got to drive to Norwich on Tuesday, and then I've got meetings in Newcastle Thursday, Friday, right? Like, Norwich is a 3.5-hour drive. Just put my phone on Connect and so, and just drive and see what I can get out of it, right?
Oh my God, prospecting while driving, what a dream.
We'll see. Right, I'm pressing go again.
All right. I'm on. And
companies, BT Group, BT PLC, Kinetic. Let's see what the sales leaders at BT are probably all inbounds, I have to say.
I'm going to get mine going again. Right. Let's see.
Alright, I'm getting some standing up action going now.
I took a page out of your book. I've got the whole
game changer.
Standing up and down desk. Get the blood flowing.
Oh.
What the hell? All right.
Alright, so I'm into my last 20 minutes of my block.
Let's get it.
See what we can do.
Let's see, Antoine. You in there, Antoine? Can you hear? Let's get the mic going. What is it looking like as an outsider right now, looking into the third best cold caller in the world?
Who's the third best?
Third best is this guy. I'd say the first best is Gabriella Blackwell at the moment, and the actually, do you know who I think is the real master? He didn't win the last knockout, but in terms of just quality and composure and everything you look for in skill set, nobody beats my man Steve Richards from Chorus.
He was very
That
good.
guy with a good haircut. He's got
He
very good hair. Like,
Man, he was incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Now, he didn't get any meetings, but I don't care about that, man. The way he conducted himself, the way he kept people on the phone, the consistency of one more question. Sorry, just one more question. Just one more question. His ability to do that.
hello, Henry. Henry, Shane here from Sales Driven. Look, I know it's a cold call, but do you want to hang up or you want to roll the dice? Oh, God, you're going to hang up? You don't have 27 seconds? I guess not.
But you blended, man. I like it.
It's like, I'm going to hang up. Okay. Well, at least this list is working well. It's 1 minute.
Yeah, hi there, Christian. Jerry Hill here with Connect and Sell. Christian, appreciate an interruption. Can I have 27 seconds to tell you why I'm calling, please? Christian, my company's discovered a breakthrough that's helping security sales leaders eliminate the waste and the frustration which prevents their salespeople from being able to prospect effectively using the phone. The reason I called, Christian, was to see if this breakthrough could be relevant to your work at BT Group. Sure. So it's all coming out of the UK, is it? Christian, could I ask a favour? Could I potentially see if there's somebody in the business in the UK that you'd be able to refer me across to? I'm currently doing a lot of work with chief revenue officers at companies like Okta and Security Scorecard, so I think there's real relevance here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Whereabouts in Germany are you based, Christian? Whereabouts in Germany are you based? Oh, very good. Very good. I used to do quite a lot of work in the manufacturing segment and travel to Germany a huge amount. Düsseldorf was always on my my route. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I won't go further. And Christian, I promise I won't refer to the conversation you and me had today. I'll keep that between us. But I really value you give me the name. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. Either way, I don't want to throw you under the bus. Okay. So I appreciate you giving me the name. And bye. Yep. Got a referral.
Hey, all right. What are we doing now?
But to like one of the big sales effectiveness job titles at BT Group back in the UK. So
Man's got BT Group in the house. Whee, all right,
Yeah.
Jerry.
all right.
Well, I've got Securus. Securus software.
Really interesting to see the mix of styles that you two have and like how you use them to the effectiveness that you do on these calls. Jerry, obviously, much more kind of mellow energy, kind of like my spirit animal in a way. And then Shane's high energy, high intensity, which obviously is quite easy to vibe off of, right? So it's really interesting to see how they come together, especially using the weapons such as Connect and Sell, and then the you know how you utilize that on those calls.
Yeah, I think a lot of I was saying earlier. I didn't sort of.
Hello, Simon. Simon, Shane here from Sales Driven. Look, I know it's a cold call. I know you're very busy. So do you want to hang? Oh, so you're gonna hang up, right? He's like, cheerio. All right, mate. Jesus Christ. Have a word, mate. All right. Not interested. Delete contact. Let's go. All right, well, at least this list is performing very, very well.
How do you find that on your side, Jerry? Do you get many of those?
So I've started deliberately putting sort of stutters and pauses into the like opening statement a little bit. I got some really bizarre feedback. I didn't know whether to take it as a compliment or whether to take it as really critical a long time ago. But two prospects once said to me that was too smooth. And then we've got a sales coach at Connect and Sell who you've both met, a guy called Eric Martinez. And he was like, man, sometimes you just put people off because you come across as too slick. Actually, it's kind of interesting, right, to think about it in that way. Too slick? Well, have you never watched Wolf of Wall Street?
Hello, Henrik. Henrik, you're speaking with Shane. Look, I know it's a cold call, so do you want to hang up the phone or you want to roll the dice? What's the call about, Henrik? It's about you. So look, we've discovered a breakthrough, and it's reducing the frustration around unproductive prospecting. So we're allowing sales executives, your sales executives, consistently be on track to meet their forecasted sales. Not sure if getting within 0.5% of forecast with the right account for efficient growth is of interest. Just wanted to see if there's some curiosity to have this conversation if we can find the time to speak. Ah, no. Well, look, it's worth a try. I always like to have a good conversation. As a business owner, what do you think is the thing that's helped you be so successful, though? All right, no worries. Have a good one. Bye. Don't know how that guy got in there, but that guy was saying, I'm serving coffee right now, mate. I'm a business owner, so.
Yeah, I mean, I do get them, but I think I deliberately sort of make myself sound a little bit more stupid where they have to take a bit more sympathy.
Yeah.
So I deliberately script in my thank yous, and you know, it's a bit of a game at times, but I think if you just come across as quite human most of the time, most people are going to sort of be patient. And you know, what's the real art to telling? It's not being the cleverest person in the room. Now you might be, but actually the ability to just sit in the background, listen, and play dumb and ask stupid questions is the superpower that most people don't have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I can replicate that in my cold calling effort by going, sorry, I don't understand, and I learned that from the master, Corey Frank. I looked at one of his breakthrough scripts, and he had for his reps, stutter here, written into the script. Laugh here, written into the script. And I went through his script, and I was like, oh my God, this is a game changer. And I tried it, and it just, yeah.
So coming across as too slick and too polished can actually be a bit damaging in some respects.
Yeah, because let's think about what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to take somebody from fear, like uninvited stranger. That's the first thing when they pick up the phone. Who are you? I'm a bit scared. You know, I don't want to be interrupted. You need to create trust. Let's think about our worst case scenario for a sales professional. It's an estate agent, it's a recruitment consultant. It's somebody that's going to say the things you want to hear, not the things that need to be said. All right, and then if you can sort of drive that down with voice, like your natural voice. Like my natural voice is very low. It's very slow. I speak at about 115 words a minute, right? I can't do anything about that. I just can't. So I then need to be credible in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I use because I need to catch my thought. That's what I've learned. They say just say when you need to think a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So it's there's not a catch-all perfect bullet to this, and this is one of the things that frustrates me about listening to sales coaches and experts and stuff at times, is they always go, you need to do this thing, you need to have energy, you need to. No, because like if I look at my SDRs at Connect and Sell, they're all super old, super experienced people with like old man voices. They're not early entry job people. They're, they've got old man voices. They're very relaxed. They're very calm. They're very chill. They're down on the radio DJ voice, not up on the sports commentator voice.
Yeah.
And it kind of works for us.
Yeah, and I think it makes a lot of sense as well. I think it adds a layer of calmness to the call. And you can't have everybody selling the same way, because then how do you stand out?
Exactly. And it kind of gives, I like this, it's kind of like listening to Uncle Tom, or who's your favourite person to listen to from Hollywood? It's always Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah.
Who would not want to be read bedtime stories by that guy?
I want to be read, but I want to hear Denzel. Denzel is my guy.
Yeah, but again, he's got he's quite low. Anthony Hopkins is quite low, right? You think about those Oscar actors, hardly any of them are up here. Yeah, hi Simon, Jerry Hill here calling with Connect and Sell. Simon, appreciate I'm interrupting your morning. Wondered if I could grab a few seconds though to tell you why I'm calling, please. Thanks very much. So, Simon, my company's discovered a breakthrough which helps sales leaders eliminate the waste and the frustration that stops their best performing salespeople using the phone effectively, or from even using the phone at all. The reason I called Simon was this. Yeah. Okay. Sure. No, Simon, no need to apologise. If it's not right, it's not right. Good stuff. Have a great day, okay? Bye-bye. Yeah, he got made redundant.
I found a lot of that lately.
There will be. There'll be a huge amount. Yeah, but there's going to be a huge amount. I've seen an awful lot of retirement, redundancy, furlough. It's the great crew change. Sign of the times. It's fine. Now I know. Now he knows. Just pretty simple. Wrong person. No longer at the company.
I've heard a lot of that right now.
Yeah.
I've left the company. I've sold the company. I'm no longer with the company.
Yeah. What I find has been really cool for me though is how can I help? Is a question that I quite often ask, especially in the UK market. I sell sales technology to sales leaders in your category. I know a lot of people. I know the people that are hiring. How can I help? And then all it takes is one or two little LinkedIn requests, a quick LinkedIn connection straight after that cold call to that person who I was trying to pitch. And then all of a sudden I go, oh, why didn't you speak to...
Hi, Asif. Shane here from Sales Driven. Look, I know it's a cold call. I know you're busy. So do you want to hang up the phone or do you want to roll the dice? Okay, so Asif, I don't want to take up too much of your time. We have discovered a breakthrough and it's reducing the frustration around unproductive prospecting. So a big challenge in the midst. Asif, before you go, I wanted to know, is there someone in the company that could really be benefiting from this conversation? That we're getting companies like yourself, business owners, within 0.5% of forecast. That allows people like you to invest and grow your business massively. I don't know if it's going to be of interest, but to raise an eyebrow on curiosity, that's what I'm looking to achieve. So is that a conversation worth having if you're busy at a later time? All right, wicked. Let me just make sure I do have the right one because I can tell you're in a rush and you have to go. Is it still Asif at ecotricity.co.uk? That's the one. All right, I'm going to put it. It's going to come from Shane at salesdriven.com. And then, is there anything relevant that I can write for the PA so that we can get that put in? All right, wicked. All right, I'm going to send it over in the next few hours. Catch you soon. All right, bye. Right. I don't think I'd consider that a meeting booked, but 0.5% accuracy sounds like a conversation worth having. So we'll get for a later time.
I just want to answer SB's question. I'm really tall, but this is also quite a small room. So. But for what it's worth, I'm 6'6".
So
I've got such a low voice.
let's see. Let's get.
Yeah, so going back to Sean Cease, though, like he's helped sort of design ways to deliver scripts that suit my voice tone, Antoine.
Well, listen, I'd love it. I've tried to get his attention, so I'd love to get an introduction to him because he's doing some incredible things from what I've seen.
Like Sean's the man. You know, he's a bit out there. He says some really controversial things, but most of the time he's right.
5 by noon.
5 by noon, baby.
That's some next level activity right there. How the hell is he doing 5 by noon?
Well, he was setting for me when he was working at Connecting, so he set for me and for Ryan, and like just the flow of meetings was. Some of them weren't great meetings. I don't care though. Like this is the thing. Like as an AE, you've got to be able to tolerate some bad meetings. It's your job.
Yeah.
Right? But what did he do brilliantly? He got people curious enough to want to sit with me, and he did something else even more valuable. He manufactured missed meetings for me.
Yeah.
Right.
That is something people need to learn about. That manufacturer no-shows. I think that's.
When I'll join in once a week on this if that's all right with you guys. And the next one I'll run missed meetings lists.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I think we've hit the hour.
Yeah.
So Jerry's got 1. Shane has 0. Until we meet again, let's carry this on. But it's definitely
that was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a lot of fun. All right, guys, I've got to jump into my next thing. That was an awesome way to spend an hour, though. Speak to you later, guys. Bye.
Okay, catch you on the next one. Bye. All right, I will catch you in a second, Antoine.
Nice one. Good work.
All right, bye.